Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Well, Brexit Britain has certainly been enjoying 15 minutes of fame, the world looking upon us with a variety of reactions. They also know who Boris Johnson is. Here's a little clip of the news of his cabinet appointment being given to a US State Department spokesman last night. He is, of course, paid to diplomatically suppress any inappropriate reflex.
And his replacement as Foreign Secretary has just been announced as Boris Johnson. How do you think this will affect?
Well, for our European colleagues, the British situation raises all sorts of questions, not always very welcome ones. And now they find themselves working with a Foreign Secretary who has over the years treated the EU with derision. A little earlier, I spoke to the Lithuanian Foreign Secretary, Linas Linkevičius. What does he think of Boris Johnson's past indiscretions, and will they make it difficult to take him or British foreign policy seriously?
Frankly, it depends how he will present this stuff. All that was what happened before. And I believe he will make some efforts to remedy what was done.
The German Foreign Minister, Frank-Walter Steinmeier, called some of the things he'd said in the referendum campaign irresponsible and monstrous. And it is true that Boris Johnson has been, well, a critic of the European Union, let's say. Does that bother you? Does that make it harder to work with him, do you think?
Many things I disagree what he said, definitely, but this is campaign in UK, and now everything is decided, so now he has to prove everything what was said by him, by all those Brexit leaders, and this is just his task.
I mean, there's been one issue, which is the issue of EU nationals living in the UK. There are many Lithuanians, as you know, living in the UK, and an uncertainty over their status. How quickly do you think we can sort that one out?
I don't think days or weeks, probably not, but this is a very important part of negotiations. It's not only with regard to the Lithuanians or Poles or other EU citizens who live in UK, but also, let me mention, UK citizens who live in the European Union. I believe that's also important. So we have to negotiate decently and also smoothly in order to make sure that they should feel more certain.
Just on Article 50, I wonder whether you would be happy to talk to the British before Article 50 is invoked. I know that the official position is that talks start when we invoke Article 50. Would you have informal talks before that, do you think?
No, we do not have informal talks. Frankly, we need to know what UK wants to do, because to depart the European Union could be various options, frankly speaking, and different models. And we need to know what we would like to have as a result of the negotiations. Single market, mobility, freedoms, other aspects. It could be Norwegian model, it could be Swiss model, it could be free trade model. It depends. So first of all, we have to know what we're going to negotiate, and then we'll see the positions.
Can I just ask you one last one? Obviously, Britain leaving is going to leave a big hole in the European budget, isn't it? We put in, 10 billion euros or more into the European budget net of what we take out. I just wonder whether you have started thinking about what is going to fill that hole that leaves the European Union.
This hole will not be filled, definitely, because UK leaving, and this hole also small hole in our hearts, frankly speaking, because we need UK and we feel that we belong together. And that means that we really have to define the future, given the interests, first of all. And I believe, I'm convinced that UK's interest to preserve as close as possible ties with EU. It has to do with the trade, with services and other aspects. So it's too early to say what kind of hole in the budget will be, because it depends again on the attitude of UK.
I'm hearing your message very clearly. Linas Linkevičius, thanks very much for talking to us. Thanks.
Thanks.